Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, whatever you are, welcome to another video on the 1-0 channel, aka the home of football vibes. And as you can see by the thumbnail title, we have got reacting to my Premier League predictions. You're going to see every other football YouTuber do this, and I'm going to join the bandwagon because when I was rewatching it, I was sitting there thinking, you know what, I know my shit. So, what I ask for you is every team prediction that I get right, I need you all to subscribe. Okay, so looking at it, I think a lot of you are going to have to subscribe, so go make sure and go do that. If you do enjoy it, leave a like, comment down below if you got your predictions right as well, and we'll get straight into it. We've got the blue lights, we're looking all juicy in here. I love it. Good to see the vibes progressing. In 20th position this season, we have got Sheffield. Okay, I had Sheffield in 12th. Now, they obviously were pretty decent last season. They overachieved clearly last season. This year turned to shit. To put it bluntly, they turned to pretty dreadful stuff. You know, they suck. Okay, I do think they will get promoted next season. I think they're good enough to come back up. Obviously, gonna have to find a new gaffer. But at the same time, I think some of their players might get picked out. Someone like a Sanderberg, I think, could get picked out. A McBurney might even. I don't think so, but McGoldrick could. There's a couple of players who could get, pretty much get pinched from other clubs in a similar position to what they were the year before. In 19th, West Brom, I had West Brom finishing 18th, so pretty close overall. Again, a lot of the promoted teams, besides one, weren't too good this season. Because in 18th position, we had Fulham, and I had Fulham coming last. Pretty much the same thing. They got relegated. So Scotty Parker, though, did get a lot of credit this year, which I want you to... Is it fair that he got quite a bit of credit? Because at the end of the day, his team got relegated, but people sort of have him as his next up-and-coming coach. Yes, I can see it, but at the same time, you got relegated. I don't think they backed him enough as much as they could have in the window, and obviously they don't have as many funds as some of the other teams to spread around. 17th, we had Burnley. I had Burnley in finishing 13th. I think they got to get relegated next year. There's my early prediction. I think Burnley get relegated next year. I think it's only a matter of time before the style of football that they do play sort of just goes out the window and they just can't do it anymore. I think they've been lucky to hold on the last couple of years, and I think this year was a clear indication that maybe they're not where they are. Maybe they weren't as good as what they used to be with playing at home and drawing and getting those 1-0 victories. I think Burnley get relegated next year. So, hot take already, mate. Look at me go. 16th, with Brighton finished in 16th. We have an old Brighton watch that's gone out the window because they got rid of the Aussies. So, Brighton watch, we don't care about you anymore. They finished, I predicted that finish 15th. So, again, one difference, not too shabby. Alonso. In 15th this season, we had Southampton. I predicted Southampton to come 10th. I thought they would do a little bit better. They're a very, very weird team, Southampton. They're very weird to try and pick out. It's like they can get pumped at 9-0, but at the same time, when you play them, you can go, they could get a result here. So Southampton are a weird team. I think they're a team that will probably stay around the same position next year, though, if they don't go and do some good stuff in the transfer window. In 14th this season, we had Crystal Palace. I had Palace finishing 17th. I'm trying to think. I watched the video back and I listened to my reasonings. I don't necessarily disagree with myself, but at the same time, 14th, Palace, they're just got to be a team that are always just there, aren't they? Crystal Palace, Christian Benteke. Used to be good on FIFA, that's about it. In 13th this season, we had Wolves. Now, I think the Jimenez injury just shocked Wolves. They really had no plan B. They had Fabio Silva, who's a good young striker, but didn't really work. Nelson Semedo, maybe he was okay, but not, obviously Nuno Mendes is gone now, which is big. It's interesting to see who's got to fill in that Wolves spot. It's interesting to see when Nuno's got to go, because I don't think he's been bad enough to get sacked. I think he's done well there. There are also rumours that Ruben Neves might also leave. I think Wolves do worse next year, even though they've got to get Jimenez back. I think Wolves do worse next year. I do like a bit of Wolves. I had Wolves finishing 7th. I don't know if I said that. I thought Wolves were going to finish 7th. I think they're a good team when they're on, but I don't know. This season just took a lot out of them. Maybe it could be COVID, the fans, you never know. In 12th position this year is Newcastle. So a true Geordie, mate. Go on. They were probably close to getting relegated. The very interesting team, Newcastle. You never know what they're going to do. I had them finishing 16th. So staying alive, but struggling. And I think even though they finished 12th, all those from probably 12th to 16, they're all in similar positions. They're all in positions where they can't really move up, and they just got to fight for that, for that spot in mid-table and try not to look too embarrassed if they compare to 16 and 12. 11th this year, we had Aston Villa. This is where it gets a bit embarrassing. But I'm not going to give myself too much stick for it because I don't think many people would have predicted. I had Villa finishing 19th. So I had Aston Villa getting relegated. I don't think many people would have predicted Jack Grealish to... I think people knew Jack Grealish was a baller, but I don't think they predicted him to have the season that he's had. The likes of Ollie Watkins, but Villa finishing 11th was pretty solid. Drop into the comments, what do you think they can do next year? Do you think this is just a one year off season? Can Ollie Watkins continue his form next year? Is Jack Grealish even going to be at Aston Villa next year? There's a lot of questions to ask about Aston Villa, but again, there's a bit of a howler on my behalf. In 10th position, and I've got a video coming out soon about 5 things that disappointed me, and I'll give you a sneak peek. 10th position, we've got Everton. I had Everton to finish 9th. This is a team coached by Carlo Ancelotti. They've got the likes of Richarlison in there, and let's not forget James Rodriguez. And recently, news did just come out that he's not going to go to the Copa America with Colombia after failing fitness tests. So it's almost like a Gareth Bale 2.0 sort of thing where we've got a player with so much talent, but for whatever reason, just doesn't want to... You don't know everything, but it almost seems like he just doesn't want to fully commit himself to it, which is crazy because he's such a gun. Everyone knows what he's like. Everton fans are over the moon. James Rodriguez. But again, they finished 10th. It sort of felt like they just disappeared halfway through the season, to be honest with you. In 9th position, we've got Leeds. Leeds nearly promoted. It was awesome to see them in the Premier League. Very entertaining team. Bielsa, very entertaining coach. I had them finishing 11th, so they overachieved in my eyes. But I did kind of think they'd finish around there. Patrick Bamford's stiff not to be part of the provisional England squad. So yeah, I think Bamford was a good player. A player that I had my doubts about. I didn't really think he was up to the standard. I didn't really agree with all the hype that was around Bamford, but it proved me wrong. Leeds did well. Rafinha was brilliant, and yeah, that football vibes was strong down to Leeds. Excuse me. 8th position I had this season was Arsenal. Damn, they're in a shambles. I had Arsenal finishing 5th. I was a big believer in Arteta ball. I was a very big believer in Arteta. I said he was the right man to come in for Arsenal. I'm going to say it again. I've probably said it a billion times on this channel. Mate, Arsenal just need to become a clothing brand. Seriously. The kits they release is awesome. I don't know why Man United don't get the same treatment with these cool trendy kits that I can wear and look swaggy but Arsenal have just got some fire kits. Their 3rd kit I'd buy it any day of the week, but it's an Arsenal kit and I don't want to wear another Premier League top. But Arsenal was strong. They weren't strong, sorry, not they weren't. Such a confusing team. I do think next year they're going to get better. Drop in the comments, is Arteta going to be the man to bring them back into Europe? This is their first year. They're not going to play in Europe in 20-something years. So clearly they're not going in the trajectory where they want to go. 7th position this year, we had Tottenham. I had Tottenham finishing 6th. So I know at the start of the year I made a video why Tottenham will win the league. Banged views. But that's not what I do it for. They're a shambles. Honestly. Who's going to come in and coach them? Rumours of Pochettino coming back. If I'm Poch, I say no, especially if Harry Kane leaves. There's also no reason why they have to sell Harry Kane. This is a Harry Kane thing that he wants to do. Tottenham could say, nah, don't go. I think he does go. Got a video coming out on Harry Kane soon. I don't think Pochettino goes back. I think it'd be stupid to go from PSG to Tottenham after what Tottenham did to him. I think it's stupid. I think it's just flavour of the month. I don't think he does do that. I like Pochettino. I don't want him to do that. I don't want my little baby to be upset. Drop it. Where do you think Tottenham are going to be next year? They're in the European Conference League, whatever that means. They're going to be playing at whoop, mate. But yeah, Tottenham, bit of a shambles. Now, this year in 6th position, arguably one of the most exciting teams to watch this season, one of the most exciting teams to follow this year. I had this team finishing 14th. We had Yanni, big fan of the channel, he used to work for #United, who was a West Ham fan at the start of the season, come on the channel and say, I think we're going to get relegated. A lot of West Ham fans were very, 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 very upset with the selling of that Diangana, I think to West Brom or something like that. And he was meant to be a young, promising player. But at the end of the day, West Ham finished sixth. David Moyes has done absolute wonders. Declan Rice could possibly be one of my favourite ballers in the Premier League. Thomas Suchek, I was quick on him. I'm going to look straight in the camera and say, Thomas Suchek, it was all down to me. I said at the start of the season, he's got to be the Fellaini type player for David Moyes. And he did exactly that. He scored goals, worked back. Looking forward to watching him play for Czech Republic in the Euros this year. Talking about the Euros, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of a bit of breaking news. I can confirm that live streams may be coming back for the Euros. That's right. Keep it close. Keep it between us. Keep it between the boys or the girls. But back to West Ham. Jay Lings was on fire. They're playing European tour, mate, which is sick. I've got a soft spot for West Ham. I don't know why. I think it might be because of the YouTubers I watch, like Spencer, Bazinga. You know, grew up watching them, still watch them to this day, and seeing them go to West Ham, it's cool. So I don't mind West Ham. And Jay Lings made it good. I don't know if Jay Lings continues to play for West Ham. I'd like to see him there. I think it's good. I think he fits the London system, fits the whole vibe there, fits Decky Rice. But Decky Rice is coming to Man United. Please come to Man United, Declan Rice. But moving on, Leicester finished 5th. It's not the first time they've done this. It's not the first time. Yes, they won the FA Cup, which was good for them, but it's not the first time when they were in pole position to finish 4th, but bail out at the end. You know, they finished 5th. I predicted them to finish 8th. So I looked back at the video to find out my reasoning for them finishing 8th. You know, 8th isn't a good season for them. Arsenal finished 8th this season. So if you want a comparison, I just think that the players, you know, I didn't think indeed Iheanacho surprised me. I think Jamie Vardy's got 2 years left in him, if that. I think next year we see a different Jamie Vardy. I don't think he's got to be the parting man that we see today. But Leicester were big. Now, this is big because we're getting into the top 4. Spencer FC, on his recent video, he said, I challenge you to find me a YouTuber. And I want you to clip it right now. Spencer FC said, I want you to find me another YouTuber who predicted the top 4 exactly right. Who predicted Liverpool would have the season they would have, who predicted Chelsea would have the season they would have, take away the Champions League and all the signings they made. People had Chelsea winning the league. You might be able to see it on screen now. Depends what I do with the edit. Haven't thought that far ahead. But in 4th position, Chelsea finished there this season. Where did Costa, aka Fruits Juice, predict Chelsea to finish this season? 4th, that's right. In 3rd position, we had Liverpool. Who predicted Liverpool to finish 3rd? That's right, Fruits Juice. Okay. In 2nd position, Manchester United. Who predicted Manchester United to finish 2nd? That's right, Fruits Juice. And in 1st position, we've got City. And who predicted Man City to win the league and finish 1st? That's right, Fruits Juice. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if that is not something that you should subscribe for, I do not know what is. Okay, I said at the start of the season, I said Liverpool, and people can give me hate for it, but I said Liverpool. One reason why I did think they were going to finish 3rd is their depth. People were laughing at it. People were saying in the comments, you don't need depth if you're blah, blah, blah. Of course, you've got depth. We've just won the league. All that sort of stuff. Guess what they were screaming for this year? Depth. They were screaming for depth players, depth signings. Liverpool fans this year now are just saying in the next transfer window, I'd love to get some depth signings, whether it's a centre-back, whether it's a midfielder. They've got to lose Gini Wijnaldum. So there's another midfield position that opens up there. I said at the start of the year, and that did I expect Virgil van Dijk, arguably one of the best players in the world at the time, to get injured? No. Did I kind of just go out in the ballpark? Yes. But I did, I don't know, I just had a gut feeling that Liverpool had to do something, but they didn't do anything. Maybe they were a little bit arrogant about it. Maybe they said, we're unbelievable this season. Next season we can do the same. Maybe the arrogance kicked in. I'm not too sure. Chelsea, on the other hand, I think my reasoning was just too many new players in key positions coming in. And everyone jumped so quick onto them. Whereas I'm just like, chill, take it easy, take it easy. And at the end of the day, it's paid off. Because yes, they're in the Champions League final, and at this time, this is the night before the Champions League. It's Champions League final eve that I'm recording this. Okay, so they could go on and win it. It's an unbelievable season for them. But in terms of the Premier League, they weren't that good. They've sacked Frank Lampard. They had to bring Thomas Tuchel in, and it's all guns and roses from then on. United second, probably a bit of bias too because I like United. It's my team. But we improved. The Europa League final stings. Stings a fucking lot. But second, a few good signings in the off-season. We're winning the league. I'll put it there. I'll say it there. There you go. Okay? And City finishing first just because City is City. Pep Guardiola, got a new respect for him. I love the way he coaches, love his philosophy. He's a crazy dude. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in to my ladder reaction, all that sort of fun stuff. We're grinding the content out, okay? It's lockdown here in Melbourne, so I'm going to try a lockdown challenge, upload a video every single day. We're going to see some different kind of videos, some videos that we're used to seeing. It's all fun and games. Remember, we might have the live streams coming back. If you've got to this point, which I don't think many of you would have, please like and subscribe to all that business. It really means a lot. I'm on 400 subs. Let's go. I'm Costa. This is 1-0, aka the home of football vibes. Deuces.